W was way the crap over there. Like, I have some suggestions. Get rid of caps lock. Why do we need a caps lock button? Move backspace up so that I don't keep hitting delete instead of backspace. That's very unnatural. Colon really needs to be here, but then where do you put enter? I mean, in some ways, I do have ideas, but in other ways, I just don't know how you can fix this. And typing without a lot of specific training on this device is going to be a real challenge. Okay, so next I want to take a look at gaming performance, but while we wait for Windows Live or whatever to install, we decided to open it up and have a look at the inside. This thing is like 60% battery. So here's our Wi-Fi. So there's our two antennas. There's our 2-watt CPU. Here's our 8 gigs of RAM. Always love opening this stuff up. Oh, and actually, I guess now's a good time to check out I/O. So we've got a full-sized USB 3 super speed. We've got a headphone jack. I mean, you can't take that for granted these days, my friends. We've got a micro HDMI. I'm not a huge fan of this connector, but it's better than mini at least in terms of fragility. And more importantly, this is really cool. We've got a USB Type-C. So that is used for charging, but it can also be used for a dongle. So something like this, where you can adapt that single port to multiple USBs, HDMI, gigabit networking. I've actually done it, and I've also tested this. You can plug your dongle, if you've got one of those ones that's made for the MacBook, into the wall, and the whole thing will charge. It'll power the dongle, your devices, and the laptop if you have a powerful enough wall wart, which is pretty freaking sick. So let's go ahead and fire up Batman Arkham Asylum, shall we?
5.
Come on, you rat bastard. Okay, so obviously the point of this isn't that Torchlight is the most difficult game in the world to run, but rather that for basic games, you actually can run them directly on the device itself. You can see at medium to high settings, we're actually getting about, 15 to 25 FPS, which is playable, but not really something that I would recommend. What I'm more into for a device like this is, thanks to its use of a decent AC Wi-Fi chipset, this is what I'm more interested in. So I'm using Steam in-home streaming on a gaming computer elsewhere in the office and getting an utterly seamless 1080p game streaming experience on this little portable device. Hit the buddy. No, I missed the buddy. And actually the audio experience on the built-in speakers, they seem to be a little confused themselves about, they call it a stereo speaker. But last I checked, you need 2 physical speakers for stereo audio. So yeah, it sounds like it's coming out of one part of the keyboard. The point is, it's actually reasonably loud and up to about 60-65% volume. It's pretty distortion-free. It's a very good experience, which I guess leads us to content consumption. And we're going from strength to strength here. 1080p Netflix is looking really, really sharp on this little tiny display and plays back with no dropped frames whatsoever. And it's nice that the hinge folds back this far. It's a little bit inconvenient that it's kind of hard to access the touch controls at the very bottom, like the Windows taskbar. But in terms of like kind of sitting and watching a movie on it, honestly, it's a pretty darn good experience. And 1080p YouTube, same thing. So you're looking at about 50% CPU usage if you're watching like a reasonably fast-paced video at full HD. But for me, a lot of those use cases are not that dissimilar from what you could do with a Windows-based tablet. So it becomes sort of a question of form factor and I/O. This keyboard is going to require a lot of adjustment, but the pocketability kind of gave me a different idea for how I see this, as something where, out of desperation, you might actually use it like this when you're sitting on a plane or on a train or something like that. But normally, it's more about like taking the vast majority of the local storage you actually need, like 128 gigs, 8 gigs RAM. Like, it's a decent little machine, and being able to really carry it around with you and plug it in with a single cable solution to a desktop type display. Now it's running older Intel HD graphics, so it's like DisplayPort 1.1. So at native resolution on this ultra wide, we're running at 30 hertz or something like that. And then using an HDMI adapter here, I think we were only even able to get up to 1080p, but it is still the ability to just take it, plug it in, and be using your computer wherever you go. That is very appealing to me and enabled by USB Type-C. So I guess the real question then is would you spend $459 US on Indiegogo or $599 retail on it? I guess it depends on the kind of consumer you are. If you were waiting for a modern netbook, I think they've done a fantastic job. But if you think the netbook should have been buried, put in the trash, can you do it again? Oh, there's no garbage can there this time. Well then, you won't be that excited about it. That was awkward.
Nice job.
Want to build a website, but you don't know the first thing about building websites? Well, Squarespace has got you taken care of. They've got a bunch of gorgeous templates. You just pick the one you want, and whether you're doing up something for the, local knitting group, or whether you're, building something for the sports team that you help coach, you can have a professional, awesome-looking website in a matter of minutes. They've got 24/7 support via live chat and email in case you run into trouble. All of the templates feature responsive design, so it scales to look great on any device, even a phone, and they've got tons of great features built in. Every website comes with a free online store. Cover pages allow you to have a one-page online presence in minutes, and you can now publish content in Apple News format directly from the Squarespace blog. So head over to squarespace.com and start a trial today with no credit card required, then use offer code LTT to get 10% off your first purchase. So thanks for watching, guys. If you disliked this video, you can hit that button. But if you liked it, hit the like button. Get subscribed. Maybe consider checking out where to buy the stuff we featured at the link in the video description. While you're down there, you can check out our merch store, which has cool shirts like this one, and our community forum, which is totally awesome, and you should totally join it.
Your sight fails you.
Escort the payload. Double kill.
Fly on divine wind. Thank you, friend.
It's working! It's working!
Hackers on my trail.
I will pass judgment.
Special delivery! Give them hell!
too bad. On my way. Push the payload. Behold the dragon's fury! Enemy killing spree. 30 seconds remaining. Seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the payload. Overtime. On my way. Ultimate is ready. That's overtime. Capture the objective.
Okay, this announcement is so big, I couldn't possibly do it myself. Taryn, get in here. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, punch it!
Point spawning in 15
Yes, my friends, LTX 2017! I am proud to announce that we are going to be doing the world's first meetup and tech carnival. Saturday, July 29th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard or Daylight, I forget time, at the Langley Event Center in BC, Canada. The entire Linus Media Group team is going to be on site. We're going to have interactive booths at the event. We're going to have on-stage panels and many other activities. Booth examples include things like the case toss, the VR experience, the photo booth, playing CSGO against Ed and a Nerf shooting range with the Channel Super Fun crew. We're also going to be having a silent auction. We're going to be auctioning off some really cool stuff and some stuff that isn't cool at all. So we look forward to meeting all of you. Tickets are on sale now, Saturday. Check them out at the link in the video description. Terrible.
I will pass judgment.
It's working!
Special delivery. That was just what I needed.
Victory.
Over before it starts. Not well played.
Am the greatest.
Okay, my friends
I'm
and
the
also my enemies,
greatest.
there's nothing I can do to prevent you guys from tuning in.
Yeah, that's true. You can prevent them from talking in the chat.
I can make them watch me eat because I haven't had a chance to have lunch today.
A lot of people can complain about that.
I know,
People don't like it when you eat.
which is why I'm only going to take one bite so
Oh.
that I can generate the complaints. But I'm
Oh.
not actually being that terrible of a person.
Oh.
So the-
Okay, can you explain to me why it's terrible, though? I've actually never understood.
Because
Okay, yeah, but if you avoid that... you just made it so much worse. So much incredibly worse.
oh boy, all right, yeah, we got a great show for you guys today. My
Yeah.
Chrome's frozen because it's a piece of garbage, and otherwise I would tell you what we have for you.
Oh.